Hi, this is Junior from Atomik Train, and you're listening to Chaotic Riffs TV.
Junior, I was listening to the Atomik Train music, and you got some chaotic riffs yourself, those flashy leads. So I'd love to ask you how long you've been playing guitar. How old were you when you first started?
I was 13 years old. I started on the piano first at 9, and then at 13 years old on the guitar. Yeah.
Okay, and then Atomik Train is from Canada. Are you originally from Canada yourself?
Yes, I am. We're all guys from Quebec, Canada.
And
Near
you
Montreal.
guys, I saw a press release on the band. You guys been described kind of as Canada's version of Guns N' Roses, but I think you guys really, I can hear that kind of influence in there, but I think you should be proud of the fact that you also got your own sound going. There's a bit of a blues kind of influence in there as well.
Thanks. Yeah, well, when people ask us to describe the band, it's always hard because
Sure.
we
Yeah.
go with what we know. But
Yeah.
these bands, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Avenged
Sure.
Sevenfold, and Foo Fighters are our influences. So
And I got to tell people, I was watching the video for, let's see, it says, give me something, give me something, give me something fresh. That's the opening lyrics to the Atomic Train song Playground. How appropriate is that? I mean, that is very fitting. I mean, the song starts off with, give me something good, give me something fresh. That's what this band is, my friend.
yeah, well, thank you. And the song is just about having fun. It's guys having fun on their own playground, like kids. So this is the story of the song.
And in prepping for doing the interview, I was sharing with somebody, but I discovered this great band, Atomik Train. As far as I said, I never heard of this band before until the publicist reached out to me. I checked out some of the band's stuff, and it's really kick ass. And the person shared with me, he goes, "Yeah, he said when you told me Atomik Train, I noticed there's a K in the name, and I thought you misspelled the name." He said,
Ah!
I put Atomic with a C, and this guy's telling me. He said, "You should have seen all the other stuff that came up."
I'm sure there was. We wanted to have something different a little bit, and I liked it with a K because there's a movie, Atomik Train, with a C. If you
Yeah.
go on YouTube, so if you write C, there's a lot of stuff already.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why, and I think it just gives it a nice.
It gives it that extra kick, and what I like about it too. I hear what you're saying is it really makes the name stand out. I love the thing in the background there that you have. I'm talking about the
Thanks.
train. I mean,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the name itself, that's pretty cool. I mean, did you guys name it that because like the music is kind of fast paced like a train?
Yeah. Well, I've been doing gigs with our lead singer François for the last 10 years, and when we started this project, at first we did not know. We had a gig with a drummer, a friend of ours, and we really had fun. And we wanted I wanted, because we did a lot of shows, electric, acoustic, no drums, no bass. And I was saying to François, man, we need drums and bass. It's because we like to rock. And one morning after the show with that guy, his name is Régis Gravel, our first drummer. He told me that this morning he felt like an atomic train passed over him, and I said, "Ooh, Atomik Train! I love that name." So that's how we got the name.
Yeah, I love it, and over the years, Canada has had some really great bands. I mean, of course, everybody immediately goes to Triumph, Rush. There's also Helix, who, if you can believe it or not, celebrating 50 years of Helix this year.
Crazy.
There was also this band that was, I don't know if you ever heard Moxy. They never broke out in a huge way, but they were big in Canada. Yeah.
No, I never heard of them. There's, I think, Billy Talent also comes from Ontario.
And so my question with all that is, what is the music scene like in Canada, especially the rock scene or metal hard rock scene?
Well, I'm gonna speak about in Quebec. In Quebec, it's nice. When there's big festivals. but there's a lot of English bands. So for French music, rock, there's some of them, but not that much, honestly. So we have a couple of places we can play, of course, but I think we want to go elsewhere now.
So you guys pretty much have played like your home country, Canada, and the goal is to get outside of Canada now.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
well, I wish you luck with that, and I think you're well on your way because I got to share with people. I would love to thank the folks at Chipster PR for helping me set up the interview. And I bring that up because not only they give me a lot of great interviews over years, Junior, but they also, as you may know, work from time to time, they will work with up and coming bands such as Atomik Train. And just to put the word out there so people know that you guys are, in my opinion, well on your way up, is you happen to share the same publicist as Michael Schenker and Judas Priest, just to name a few. So I think you're in great company there.
Oh yeah, we're very lucky to have Chip. You know, he's a friend of Pierre Paradis. I don't know if you know Pierre.
Uh-huh.
He's been in the rock business for 45 years. He's the manager of Lee Aaron and the
Oh,
Raps, Jacob the Raps. Really, really good guitarist. You should check him out. He's
okay.
Van Halen #2.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah, and Chip is, you know, he's a really sweet guy. We're very lucky that he accepted because we know he worked also with Iron Maiden and Judas Priest
Sure.
and people like that. So having him on our team, we're very lucky and very happy.
Yeah, and again, I bring that up kind of to help boost the band for a simple fact that I think you guys are a band that's really on your way up. I'd be interested to see where the band is 5 years from now. It's just a matter of getting the band's name out there a little more because you definitely have some music that kicks ass. I want to ask about that. Are you guys working towards what's the plan? Like a full length album, a CD? Can people purchase the music now?
Oh, it's a full length album. It's 11 songs. I don't know if you heard all of them or just a
I heard a
couple.
couple. Like the other song I heard, what I really loved was I seen the video for Destination, and I'll
Yeah,
tell you, a great band performance. That's another thing I loved about that video. The fact that a lot of times you'll see a video and it's focused on maybe the lead guitarist or the which you are or the front man. But I love the fact that everybody in the band was featured, throughout the video.
yeah, you're right. And this was recorded with our first drummer, Régis Gravel,
Wow.
when he was there at first. So yeah, somewhere in La Tuque, up north in Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun doing that. And yeah, I love this video also.
And
They,
so what's the name of the album so people can check that out?
it's just Atomik Train.
Atomic Train. Okay, great.
Yeah,
So
yeah. We had a lot of discussions about this, and I suggested to the guys, a lot of bands, the first album, it's only the name, and I wanted to make sure people remember the name, so
I
you
mean,
have no choice.
it's your coming out party. Like you said, a lot of bands do that. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
Black
uh,
Sabbath did this, so for
like the first
starters.
Van Halen album, Van
Yeah,
Halen, that says it all. People still talking about album, more than 40 years later.
there you go. So, but the songs have to be good, of course. But
Of
it's
course.
all a question of feeling. Yes, a little bit of strategy, but it's a lot more like emotion. Does it feel right?
Yeah.
And throughout the album, it's like that. Also for the songs, it's all a question of do we love it or not?
I mean, the songs are just solid. I could tell people the few songs I've heard, and it leaves me wanting more. Meaning that I've heard those two songs and they're that good that it's like, well, I can't wait to hear the rest of the album now. After I get done talking with Junior, and I'd love to have him back to talk about the whole album, like once I've had a chance to hear everything. But it's just that good. You leave him wanting more, and I think that's always a good place to be.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And it's our goal. We're on a mission. We always say this, and we're here to spread love and
Yeah.
inspiration to everybody to achieve their dreams. And a lot of songs are talking about this on this album.
And as they say, especially when a band releases their debut album, you've had your whole life to kind of write those songs and live them.
Yeah,
Because it's based on, let's say, each song is basically a page out of your life or one of your bandmates' life. That's your guys' inspiration, I'm sure, like a lot of people. I'm a little older than you, Junior, but when I was growing up, like in the 70s and 80s, I mean, every band had a guitar hero, if you know what I mean. It was all
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
it was all about the guitar. And then, in the 90s when grunge and new metal hit, all of a sudden it was like, we don't do guitar solos. I mean, like, give me a guitar solo any day of the week,
Yeah, me too. And I grew up with the same music as you did, probably. AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen. We talked about it earlier, and lots of great guitar bands. Because my two brothers were also guitarists, and Jimmy Page is such an amazing guitarist, and Led Zeppelin for me is the best of the best of the best bands ever. But they're for me, it's so much fun.
Sure.
I love creating riffs, but I also love creating solos, and I always try to tell a story with my
Sure.
instrument. It's to follow the story of the song. The solo has to mean something.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Even the two songs I've heard so far, I was very impressed with them. And here's the thing, like I said, you can hear some of those influences you mentioned, but I would say Atomic Train, you guys really got your own sound going. And again, you're at a point in your career where you're still trying to find that sound. And who knows what the next album might sound like? It might sound the same. It might be a little bit of a progression there. We hope for nothing but success for you guys. But that's the thing, like you said, is you could probably put out songs that have nothing but flashy leads, Junior. But I noticed the two songs I did here. It's not so much about you showing off on the guitar. It's about what fits the song.
yeah, you have to serve the song. Kirk Hammett was saying this from Metallica. It talked a lot about guitar solos, and I love solos, but it doesn't have to be long.
Yeah.
Because a long solo, it's okay. We know you can rock, but
Yeah.
it's not necessarily the point for me. But at least a little bit of a solo, I love that. And but that's my taste.
And I
But
imagine, the live stage is a place where you kind of let it rip, because again, people want to
yeah.
listen to the album. You can stay home, but come see us live, and we'll give you a show to remember.
Oh yeah, if you're on the front row, you probably will receive a little bit of sweat.
That's always good.
We love to do live shows. Also, we really love this, and
Yeah.
can't
So
wait to.
I was curious, what was a recording process for this album like? Did you guys do it the modern way, where you all have your own home studios and every records their parts separately, or were you in the same room together?
Oh man, no, we went into 3 different studios. Because at first, when we started the project, we didn't have a bassman. We only have a bass player. So we only had a drummer, and we hired Rock Laroche, the bassman of Voivod's basement.
Oh wow!
The guy we know, and I always wanted to play with that guy. He's such an amazing musician. So the three first songs we recorded that you probably heard on YouTube were Playground, Destination, and Reborn.
Yeah.
We did 2 videos with the Playground and Destination. But if you listen to the bass, it's him. But he wasn't available he was just there for the studio. So those were the 3 first songs. And then the songs 4, 5, 6 were recorded at the Wild Studios with Pierre Rémillard in Saint-Zénon in Quebec. Another really good studio that a lot of known artists went. And so we did Back on Earth, we did Deal with It, and Never Again there.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the 5 last songs we did at the Planet Studios, and that's when John Webster came in with us.
Oh, wow.
Do you know him, John?
No, I have to check him out now. Voivod, you mentioned, another legendary Canadian band. That's pretty good that you guys got that connection. Talk about, was that your first time in a professional recording studio? And if it was, what was that experience like?
Oh, it wasn't, but every time it's an amazing experience. The last part we did was Planet Studios in Montreal, and as I said, John Webster is a producer. He's just like, he's as good as Bob Rock. Bob Rock is one of his friends. He's from Vancouver. He did a lot of things with a lot of artists like Motley Crue, The
Oh, wow.
Cult, and AC/DC, and Bon
Yeah.
Jovi, and a lot of
Wow.
people. And so when we recorded this in Montreal, it was like 8 days of intense music for the
Eight
last
days,
five
like
songs.
that's amazing. I mean, some
Yeah.
bands spend like 2, 3 years, working on one album in the studio. I
Oh,
remember reading stories like, interviews with Geezer and Tony from Sabbath, and they talking about how the first Sabbath album was recorded like in 8 days.
yeah, and AC/DC say that usually it's 3 weeks for them, something like that. They arrive and they rock
Yeah.
the song as much as they can. And what we learned with John, he changed quite a bit. If
Wow.
you think you're going in studio and you're going to play your part and you repeat and repeat it at home and you rehearse and you make sure that you're ready, good luck, man, because he's going to tell you, can you change that part?
And that's interesting because that
Yeah.
shows, everybody that's in the band, that shows what professional musicians you guys, again, it's whatever suits the album, whatever suits the a song, whatever serves the purpose, if you will. Now, what is that like as a musician? You take part in the songwriting and creating the songs, and you go in there, and maybe the song does kind of turn out different than you originally planned, but at the same time, it becomes a popular song, and you're like, wow, that sounds even better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it happened a lot, honestly. And one of the songs that we fought for to be on this album is Animal Fire. And so I was playing some sort of a riff, and John didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
So while recording, he said, play something else, as I just said. And I did. And I really love the way this song sounds now. It's my wife's favorite song on the album.
Wow.
It's sort of a power ballad. It's
Okay.
a little more of a song when talking about the inner fight in yourself
Sure, sure.
or gladiators fighting.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of there can be a lot of different
I love that, a power ballad about the spirit of the fight and gladiators. I mean, I've always been a fan of those power ballads, but I love the fact that you can have a band like Atomic Train do a beautiful power ballad, because that again shows the versatility of the band. It shows we're not just a one trick pony.
Yeah, and I did not, and the guys also in the band is the same thing. We did not want any fill-in song on
Yeah.
the album. We wanted 11 amazing song as much as possible. And if we're talking about a power ballad,
Yeah.
the biggest song on the album for us, we just got out the Supersonic Speedway. Did you see that video?
No, I'll have to check that out, but yeah.
This is our new video now, and the
Okay.
next one will be the big song of the album. It's called Back on Earth,
Yeah, okay.
and it's the song that made John Webster want to work with us.
Amazing, amazing. And again, you mentioned that one song that your wife really
Yeah,
really dug and was a fan of, and that's got to be a great feeling to know that a person that's your right hand in life really digs what you're doing.
and it's not good, she tells me. So that's
She's your
important.
biggest fan and your biggest critic, but
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
but it's good to have somebody like that in your corner, because then you know that, hey, I can really count on what this person says. They're not just feeding me a line or telling me what I want to hear.
You're right. You're right. She's the real deal, as you can say.
That's what counts. And talking about the experience of being in the recording studio. When we were growing up, Junior, bands, that's how they did it back in the day. Everybody would be in the same room, and I
Yeah.
don't know if it's just me, but you can really tell when all the guys are in the same room, as opposed to like just doing it from a home studio and checked in. And a lot of times, let's be honest, people do that because that's what they can afford. And in technology being what it is, it's a beautiful thing, because a lot of times it doesn't sound like you did it from your garage or whatever. It sounds like you did it in a professional studio. And technology is a beautiful thing, but again, there's something to be said, I think, when you're recording and all the guys are in the same room and you're jamming off one another.
Yeah, it's true, and uh, what we usually happens is I bring stuff to the table, a riff, and sometimes I have the whole song written, and sometimes I just have the chorus, but an
Yeah.
interesting riff like Supersonic Speedway was at first. I had at the first verse, I think, and then we worked it out. And it's funny because the guys didn't want to play that song at first because they thought it was too ACDC ish, and
Yeah, yeah.
we played another song that we're not even playing anymore at that time that resembled the intro a little bit.
Okay.
So, but I stuck with my idea, and I kept bringing the song
Yeah.
back, and eventually they gave in, and I'm very happy because it's one of the best songs on the album
Yeah,
also.
and you brought up ACDC a few times, and I'd like to
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that because who's not an ACDC fan? Interesting thing about ACDC is a lot of times they get accused of all their songs sound the same. It's the same three chord pattern, but the simplicity is what I love about ACDC. That's what makes it kind of beautiful. But real musicians like yourself, because I don't play a lick of music. I'm not a musician. I'm just a music lover. But I've heard from you, real musicians tell me people think ACDC music is really simple to play, but it's not as simple to play as it sounds.
Oh, you're right, and you know Malcolm Young said many times in interviews that he was looking for silences in
Yeah,
his
yeah,
song, and you can hear it, da-na-na,
yeah,
silence, da-na-na, silence. So I grabbed this,
yeah,
and I try to use this also when I'm playing because it gives room to breathe. And
right.
when you play a song and you mute your strings, and then you just play open string, and the sound,
Yeah, yeah.
man, the mix of both of them is a lot of fun.
And Malcolm Young, I tell you, he was a big part of that ACDC sound, and
Oh
and
yeah, he was the leader.
and you can hear that. And what's interesting about it is, I don't know if you had a chance to hear their last studio album, Power Up.
Yeah, I
Um,
did. Yeah, of
it's
course.
got some pretty great tunes. And what's amazing is, I understand Malcolm doesn't play a lick on that album yet, because it was after they recorded after he passed, but apparently he was very involved in the writing of those riffs. They were left over. And it's amazing because, again, he doesn't play a lick on the album yet. You can hear his influence all throughout those songs.
You're right, and I'm sure Angus also had
Oh, yeah, sure, sure.
a
I
big
mean, the
part,
two
but
brothers
yeah,
together, but yeah,
yeah. But
yeah,
for me, this is like the school of rock.
sure,
ACDC is the mix of the guitars and everything, the simplicity, but the intensity of the songs. It's not a surprise that they're still playing in stadiums.
sure, sure. I mean, and the interesting thing about ACDC, and I think it's because of the influence of the two brothers, it doesn't really matter who the vocalist, Bon Scott, Brian Johnson, they were able to remain successful, and the stuff's just as good whoever the featured vocalist is.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Yeah,
I love both of them.
sure,
I
sure.
love
That's the hard
Bon
thing.
Scott and Brian Johnson. When Axl Rose came to replace Brian Johnson, I went to see them here in Festival d'été of Quebec. It was good,
Yeah,
but that's when I said, yeah, I realized that yes, but you need a good vocalist.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not that easy to find. Even Axl Rose, I don't know if it's because they told him to sing the song exactly
yeah,
that way. I think it was that reason because I was hoping to hear more singing like he can do,
yeah,
but it
yeah.
was very, very, precise
Structured.
in the
Yeah,
way he
yeah.
sang. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
interesting. And
yeah,
so you guys are you gonna be out there touring the rest of the year, or what's the plan? Are you at the point where a
yeah,
new album's on the way?
yeah, we're looking to book some shows on this fall, and we will start at the end of September with two shows for the album launch in Montreal and Quebec, and the dates will come out very soon.
Oh, that's great.
And after that, we want to go in Ontario. We want to
Hmm.
go play in the province of Quebec, of course. And who knows? After that, we're looking to find uh, other people on our team to build this and to go
And
higher and further.
I was curious, Junior, if you guys release this through a record label? Is it an independent release?
Yeah, it's a record label. It's Crown X Recordings. They
Okay.
are in London, Ontario, and it's more of a record deal, but they're more on the distribution side,
Okay.
physical and
That's how they do it these days. Yeah.
digital, and also the merch. They're
Yeah.
the biggest merch company. There were MIM, Merch in Motion.
Sure. Sure.
So if you go to rockpapermerch.com, you will see our album there.
Okay.
Yeah, for sale, and some merch, T-shirts and stuff. And you can also go to our website to see this. But yeah, we found that deal last year, and we're working with them
Well,
to make sure
congrats on
to
that because
optimize this
again, it's
project.
all about getting your music out there, and I urge people to go to those places to find your album and buy it. And if you're in Canada, check the band out live. Hopefully, they'll be coming to other places in the world. That's what we hope for the band, you know.
Yeah, and please, if you like the music, please check out our website and go like our Facebook page or Instagram page. It's pretty easy to find. Atomik Train with a K, Atomic with a K. So
I always got to say
yeah,
that, yeah.
yeah, just to make sure, but you can see it here. So,
Yeah, yeah.
anyways,
That's beautiful. I mean, I love that. I love that background. And you know, before we let you go, I wanted to ask you. You talked about some of your musical influence, but as far as guitar heroes, the guys that influenced you to pick up a guitar, who would those guys be?
definitely Angus Young.
Yeah, there you go.
Angus Young is and Malcolm, yes, but Angus Young is the incarnation of rock and roll. What it should be for me. The guy loses 6 pounds per
Yeah,
show, every
yeah.
show. It seems that he's
And what I
sweating
love
so much.
about it is he is such a little guy. As they say, great things come in little packages. But I mean, just so, even if you
Yeah,
ever watching the music videos, the way he rolls around on the stage, it's like, wow, entertain me. Yeah,
yeah. It's the perfect fit with the kind of music they're doing.
yeah, yeah. And well, Junior, it's been really great talking to you. I'd love to have you back, but thanks for doing this, my friend. And I will
Thanks
be
to
in
you.
touch, okay, to let you know when
Yeah.
it goes up.
Yes, of course, and thanks a lot for helping us and promote this. And we will do our best. Of course, we will share this when you put it out. You will tell Chip, right?
Sure, sure. That's what we're here
And
for.
we will share this interview, and hopefully it's gonna be as spread the news as much as possible.
Yeah, the main thing we hope to do with this is spread the word about Atomik Train. And again, I'm going to end on this because this is what I noticed again in your song Playground. Uh, give me something fresh. That's
Yeah,
exactly what this band is.
man, thanks a lot. That's very kind of you, Jason.
I love to throw your words back at you because that's so fitting, you know. Take
Yeah, I
care, my
love
friend.
that.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.